Hi, everybody. This is Venkat from Simply Coach, and you're listening to the Growth Dialogues podcast, the show that brings together experts in coaching, therapy, and consulting from around the world.
Hello and welcome everybody to this edition of the Growth Dialogues. I am very happy to have as our guest Evelina today. Welcome to the show, Evelina.
Hello, Venkat. Hello, everyone who will listen to us.
So, I've known Evelina for a couple of years. So, as we were building out the Simply Coach organization, we were reaching out to coaches worldwide. And Evelina was one of the first believers in our platform. And I remember a lot of great questions that she asked. She did a very thorough evaluation. Then she chose us. We are very happy that she has been on the platform. She's renewed and continues to support us. So thank you for that. And today we wanted to chat with Evelina about all things coaching, and especially Eastern Europe is something which many of our audiences are not very familiar with. Although personally, Evelina, I lived in Latvia for a couple of years, so I was your neighbor several years ago. So I know a bit about that region. So maybe you could start. And I was looking at your profile as we chatted earlier. You had a career, corporate career, financial services, and then you sort of moved to coaching. So how did that happen for you?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Venkat. Coaching to my life arrived in my studying age to begin with, but probably I didn't understand by at that time what coaching exactly is and what for coaching is. And second time, coaching arrived to my life when actually I had a professional burnout. So it's a gift and a challenge in the same time for personality. I got to know myself from the beginning. So I had psychotherapy, I had coaching, and in the meantime also had my personal business experience, like sustainable business um, idea. That was going very well actually, but at some time I really started to enjoy the effect of the coaching and the philosophy of the coaching. And I said, oh my God, this is probably where like sustainability should begin in our minds. And so coaching allowed me to move forward, um, um, bring up that positive attitude, um, how endorse the or face all the challenges that goes along. Anyway, it doesn't mean that after coaching, let's say, you will never have any challenges or problems. We will, but we will face them easier, let's say. And yeah, and that helped me to move forward a lot. And then I started to receive feedback from people. Evelina, you do what you do, because I was practicing my coaching skills. And actually, they kind of influenced me to believe that this is the right place where I should be, the right philosophy I should share with others. So I started to learn and learn and learn about coaching and practice, of course. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So
Yeah,
I
so like,
noticed, yeah, it's very fascinating that that sort of came from within you and you discovered that passion for coaching, right? Which is very good.
yeah, yeah. Actually, when you reflect a lot since about yourself since you were very little, uh, what are the strengths you have? I realize probably this is what drove me ahead all the time, and a lot of competencies that it goes along the coaching. So, well, but I loved actually the idea that's how to unleash the potential of people, how to help them move forward faster, and be a little happy in this world. This is what we aim for. A little more energetic, a little more happier. And I truly believe that coaching helps that for people.
And as I'm sure there is a coaching community in Lithuania as well, we noticed that you are also the ICF president for a term as well. So, could you give us some idea about the broader coaching community? Is there a lot of executive coaching, leadership coaching? What is it that your clients are asking you? Where is the market for you?
Mhm. I'm not sure if I got correctly your question, so I'll reflect and give me another round of question. Yes, we have a pretty big community of coaches and very good coaches who are, we have already MCC, PCC, ACC, who are credential certified coaches. And we have different needs of the market. And I'm really glad that organizations and even small businesses, they're already aware of the effect that coaching can bring for the people. So I'm happy about this result, and we still have some misunderstandings what coaching is and what coaching is not, because it's not that strongly regulated, and some people, probably, well, you understand what I mean.
So, in your coaching journey, uh, there's a lot of one-on-one coaching that you would be doing. I see that there's an industry trend towards a lot of team coaching and group coaching. How's it in your business? Do you do both one-on-one team? Where do you see the market trend now?
Probably I can mistaken because I don't have the data. I don't know what is exactly.
Mhm.
I know that from my personal experience, the need of group and team coaching is increasing.
Mhm.
Um, is increasing, but this is my experience because people know me for team coaching already, and yeah, I don't have the data. Thank God, I cannot respond.
And as your coaching journey started, you now use a technology platform like Simply Coach. How does that help you in the coaching process?
Well, I have to start talking about the challenges we have being a coach, because to be a coach, you really have to be in the how to say in zero position. You have to be you don't have to have your problems, let's say, so you can clearly listen to other people. But being a coach, we still have to be business, let's say, oriented, marketing oriented. We have to communicate. Another, shortly saying, we have to multitask. And every time I could find some, let's say, digital solution or any solution that could help me to simplify um, the chaos in my mind, like how to solve administrative things, reflection things about the client. Every time I get something, I use it because it's so important for me to stay in the good, like, how to say, in the good, what is the right word? Venkat, help me.
Process.
That, yeah, because in the listening mode, in the listening mode. So yeah, instead of wasting my time for useless things, I use technology. And thanks for you guys for this opportunity. so I can save my energy for the good of clients.
So there are a lot of people who call me and say, Venkat, I want to become a coach. And people who have been an executive for a long time, they say, Venkat, okay, I will certify myself. I want to be a coach. Right? Seems to be an aspiration for many people to become coaches. And I'm sure there are many people who would have asked you before becoming certified, etc. So when you talk to somebody who comes and asks you for advice, Evelina, I want to become a coach, what do you tell them?
Actually, I do mentoring for such kind of questions, and I don't have one advice, because when a person comes to with this question, I ask them many questions.
Ah, okay.
Okay, see, so it's
What
not
sort
about,
what sort of questions?
just to clarify and to be sure, find the answers why you need that,
Mhm.
uh, how you will use it,
Mhm.
what if you will not use it, what you will win anyway, even if you will not be a coach. And I love to say that coaching is a skill that everyone should learn. And that's okay that if people decide, let's say, to learn coaching,
Mhm.
I don't call that to become a coach, because to become a coach, it's not just to finish the school. It's about the practice and other many things. So yeah, I love to say that the worst thing will happen if you decide to become a coach and you will not become the coach. You will learn something for sure about yourself.
Mhm.
You will learn better communication skills, and that will help you for your family things, for your working situations, and so on. So, of course, you will learn something, but not everyone needs to be a coach. It's a challenging job also to be a coach. Hmm?
It's a great point you make, Evelina, because uh, I like your approach that when somebody comes to you, you actually ask them a lot of questions because uh, some people think that it's easy to be a coach. And we know that coaching sessions can be quite tough. Uh, so if you do a 1 hour session, you probably prepare a lot, and after that, you're taking down notes. So it's not easy to just being a coach. So I like your philosophy that probably ask them a lot of questions when you ask them. And I also agree with you that as I coach others, I actually learn a lot about myself. So, for example, one of the things I learned was I would often jump into answers. And somebody asked, immediately try to answer. So, as a coach, I sort of go back, stop, listen more, and then say, okay, let's chat about it, rather than immediately getting to an answer. So, that absolutely resonates. So, when you do the sort of coaching with your clients, some of your clients may be very long term. So, how do you sort of push them more? So, they may be having a bit of comfort. How do you push them, Evelina, to for them to do better and better and better? What's the secret of your coaching?
Well, trying not to push them. I'm trying to challenge them, and challenge in the way they see themselves better, why they are not pushing themselves, because it's not my job to push them.
Mm.
See, if I turn myself into mode that I'm pushing my clients, probably I'm not doing a right coaching.
Mhm.
You see? So, but I have other ways of how people to help move forward, make them accountable, help them to commit to their ideas, um, break them in the smaller achievable tasks, so they can feel being in the process with all the challenges that will come along. So yeah, probably I'm not using it. Yeah.
So when you're in your method where you try to break it down. So if you take any of your clients whom you work with, does this yield results in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year? How long does it take? Because clients also sometimes want immediate result. I do a session with a coach, I want to feel better. So in your experience, how long does it take for the client to say, yes, there is a change, I'm getting better? How long in your experience does it take?
Mhm. Depends on the question the client comes with. For example, if it's a leadership vision or goals, we can probably think like 3 years ahead, and we do that. But if I have, let's say, leader executive who's facing burnout symptoms, or any personality who's having challenges in their workplace, I'm not thinking with them that much ahead. Sometimes I even ask not to think about the problem and look around, what would energize um, apart from that problem. Sometimes we don't need to ask more questions for the mind that is too tired to think about that problem. See, so it's different techniques and really about feeling the person and asking them or her or him whether it's okay this way or not. And I really have like, let's say coaching is a very strong partnership. So I don't push, I don't pull, because I believe in the power of being a right partners together. So we try to agree what is better. And in that way, when client agrees, he or she have the part of responsibility.
It's a great quote, Evelina. You don't push, you don't pull, it's a partnership. So, absolutely, that resonates, right? And as we looked at the last few years, especially during COVID, uh, almost all the coaching moved online, and even our clients were working remotely from home. I know many companies are asking people come back to office. Some say hybrid model, etc. In your experience, what works? Is it better to do face-to-face coaching, or is it a Zoom call is as good as a face-to-face coaching? What's where do you what's been your experience on that?
Yeah, I remember the beginning of COVID and this remote world. I was really scared what will happen with my coaching career. But when actually we moved with some of the clients online, and we actually found out that it has some advantages, because they don't use their time for logistics, the same, let's say, time. Also, sometimes it's very good to focus, because we see only half of us. So we really focused in talking and using even some visual tools for visualizing. And I find it very effective way of working, especially with executives. But there are some topics that we agree on working, let's say, half online, half live. on site. It's different energy sometimes. You know, when we interact, you especially if it's sensitive topics like relationships, health, or things like that. So yeah, I try to mix it, but online is very good. But if we talk about remote teams, I advise not to stay online all the time because it's different level. Me as a coach and my client is one thing. And when we talk about teams, it's better to catch up from time to time. Yeah.
Right. I think my experience also is 100% live face to face is not practical, but we need to mix it up between the online. There are some critical conversations which are best had in person, maybe over a cup of coffee, right? Rather than just over a video call. So resonates. So a couple of last areas I wanted to get your ideas on. Looking at the future for the next 3 to 5 years, how do you see the coaching industry? Do you see organizations, companies having budgets to afford coaches? Do they accept that yes, we need coaches for our executives, for our leaders? How do you see the future for the coaching business?
Yeah, it's definitely growing. And we already, I say we as a country, but we already have funds from companies who are aware of the power of coaching, of outsourced coaches, of inner coaches, internal coaches, of team coaches. They're already investing it. And I truly believe it will continue to grow for sure.
So I think I learned a lot from this chat, Evelyn. I really like the fact that you made a statement about how coaching actually changes the coach. Because as a coach, we often think about how it changes the client. I really like the fact that you spoke about how it changes me as an individual, as a coach. I really like that coaching is neither push nor pull. It's a partnership. Again, it sort of resonates for me. And the last point that you made about how both one-on-one and team coaching both are relevant in a context. So it's a great things that I learned from this conversation. And one last thing, for many of our viewers who are considering Simply Coach or using Simply Coach, what would be your input to them about
But
Simply Coach?
my input to Simply Coach.
Or to your client, to anybody who's thinking about Simply Coach, considering buying Simply Coach, what would you tell them?
Oh, yeah, I think I'm still not using all the potential that platform has, but I'm really looking forward to like inputting some efforts so I can maximize the effect for my clients, individual and groups. And I really suggest um, to look for the solutions. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of solution, it's a choice, but it's good for clients to, first of all. That's why we are committed to helping our people, challenging them to. So it's good for them because they can reflect on their habits. They can commit to their goals. They can have all the materials in one place. And it's also good for the coach because whenever you set up a journey, like the process for your client or the tools that use, it's like one click, the matter of one click, uh, how you can interact with your clients. So it's very time saving, is systematic approach, which is that I like a lot. So you think of the systems, how, because the problem of the coaches, sometimes we become like, how to say, we don't see that as a business.
Mhm.
And so that's a big reason why we're being stuck and being challenged of in this profession. So the way when we start thinking coaching as it's okay to think, not only to help somebody, but to help, like to look as a system, as a business. And then you, when you decide to think like this, you start looking to optimize your work to,
It's a great point, right? Many of us, when we talk to individual coaches, we say that they talk about just what they do in coaching. It's a great point to make, Evelina, that they need to start thinking it of as a coaching business, just
yes,
not how you coach, but you need to run, you need to make money, you need to run a profitable business as well.
yes.
So that's great. And want to thank you for spending this time with us. We really appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us today, Evelina. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Venkat.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Growth Dialogues. Don't forget to subscribe to us wherever you enjoy your podcast.